Thresh cover right now coming in from Fnatic. We haven't really seen a huge amount of Thresh so far this season, but of course Thresh was buffed fairly recently. Often, at least domestically, many Europeans would say that Nautilus was a good answer to Thresh, so I would be surprised to see that hover, but the Renate is now going to come through from Hylissang's. A staple for him during the regular season and something he's very comfortable on.
And Renate is huge if you expect your opponents to have multiple hard engaged champions. That ultimate from Renate is great counter engrades, great peel for an Aphelios. And since you're already looking at Sejuani and Nautilus, they're definitely looking at multiple melees, charging into them. Jensen lays down his LeBlanc.
I have to tell you, by the way, 4th most played mid laners for both respective players. The difference, however, 52 games for Jensen's LeBlanc, 72%, 77% win ratio. And for Humanoids, Azir, 30 games played, 53% win ratio. Both players on some of their signature champions.
For sure, they certainly are. I'm excited to see Jensen back on the international stage with this LeBlanc. Let's see what he can do in the mid lane. But more interestingly, this blind pick Fiora going to be answered with an Ornn from Wonder. So Fnatic hard committing to the front-to-back team fight style of play, whereas C9 want a little bit more agency, a little bit more side lane threat with their 2 solo lanes.
Exactly. Fnatic are saying, we are going to control objectives. We are going to 5-on-5. We want team fights after team fights after team fights. Please and thank you very much. Little bit of time for scaling there for the Fnatic side as well to get to that, orderly front-to-back setup that they're going to want. Cloud9, meanwhile, have a little bit more of a wild card possibility here. If you can gank for a LeBlanc early, Jensen can start to upset those early lane phases. And of course, Fudge. They talked about it on the analyst things. Wonder, of course, is going to be the first one attacked. Blabber uses the Q over the back of the wall behind this vision.
Oh, waiting for that cooldown. Q, 10 seconds, waiting. The Bellows Breath, it has been used. Wonder still got the flash available to him. Cloud9 stepping forward, chasing down on, flashing over the wall. Wonder makes it work. Yep. New York going mad for Blabber killing the Scuttle Crab. They know why. Jensen is at threat of being tower doped. That point and click CC will follow. Hylissang gets caught up by the dredge line. He's burning! He's chunked out! He's bailed out! The Berserker's running for his life! Cloud9 get first blood in New York!
Oh, the Nautilus force! There for the LeBlanc, so he'll finish up that CS and get right back out there.
So I think one of the game plans here from Hylissang is to try and chunk out this bot lane from C9 so they can actually set up a dive. This gank in the mid lane is only the initial setup.
Yeah, Blabber is definitely going to find him on that control ward. Razor gets the crab though, or the raptor.
That's it, that little Scuttle is going forward. There's the Emperor's Divide. Blabber's running for his life. He's popped the flash into the river. Bottom lane is not moving as of yet, and Razor is under trouble, under threat. He's jumped in, knocked back with the Bramble Smash, and the clone can't do it. Jensen burning and being down. One more auto, not enough to do it. Flash for flash traded. Jensen gets out with his life.
Wonder's coming though, can he pull him over?
No, he cannot! The snipe fails! Cloud9 survive!
Oh my word, Fnatic, they're not quite able to find any kills. Sven is able to get away with his life as well.
Love that kind of game of tag going on. Sven goes for the dive.
Dredge line, will tag, bullet time, throw everything at him! Wonder almost escaped, but the ignite tick, tick, boom! Sven gets another.
Another one! It's Sven with all the kills in the whole game, in the whole tournament of the group stages of Worlds. Sven has every kill!
What a great quick stat from Kobe. Crucially though, the bottom lane tower, Fnatic continue to siege it up. Hilly's doing his best to deal with the Rift Herald. It's a race for first tower. That Cloud9 should pick up here. It's being chunked down and Cloud9 gets our first blood.
And this was the best play that Cloud9 could make. They realized
a little bit now as Rift Herald is dropped in the middle lane. What pressure can this unlock?
Oh, here we go!
Coming down. Nature's Grasp. Roots up too. Shelly gets off the charge. Here comes Call of the Forge God. Throws Berserker flying in the air. He's looking for the bullet time, but the damage being done, and Sven is killed. Emperor's Divide, slide and glide. Humanoid takes down Blabber. Now all of a sudden there's the root connecting on a Jensen Moonlight Vigil. Plus the Inferno, not enough damage. Fnatic by 2.
Huge double teleport from Fnatic. Catches Cloud9 right across mid lane, and they're going to get a tower on top of it. Very big rewards here.
It's just a really great awareness from Fnatic to leverage their team fighting prowess. They had both teleports available. They recognized that this was a window where C9 was grouping up to use that Herald to break down this mid tower, and look at the engage coming in from all angles.
It's such a nice timing here too, because Maokai ultimate from the right, Renata ultimate from the top, and double teleports from the bottom. They surround Cloud9 from all sides there, and you see a very late teleport called for Cloud9. They really didn't want to have to use it. They didn't want to have to fight that because the setup there from Fnatic was so good with the surround.
Now Jensen's hunting Humanoid. He throws down the Sunders. How cheeky is that? Conquering shifting sands, plus the use of the flash. Humanoid's got the Sand Soldiers up, but there's so much threat. The Arctic Assault from Blabber gets revenge instantaneously.
A big shutdown for Cloud9. And this is not exactly where he wants to be as Fnatic continue to pressure this mid tier 2.
There's the engage with that Nature's Cross. Look at the multi-angles, the zone control. Cloud9 can do naught when so many ultimates are thrown across their lane.
Fnatic's approach this whole draft is keep it simple. Press R, engage, and this on your screen is exactly what you are seeing right now. It's a straightforward clear cut, and the window is straightforward too. Fiora bot lane, engage mid. It's Sven that ends up being punished for it, but there's very little that he can do. You can see C9 investing a lot more time to make sure they have vision control, as Fudge is now in danger.
Fudge this time around getting caught out. Will sidestep the Forge God. Upsets, got the green gun, flashes for the kill.
3,
2, 1 second for Fudge. Does he TP instantly? Yes, he does inside the pit. Nature's Grasp is thrown down. Glacial Prison does catch out Wonder. Now Fudge is inside. What more can he do? Sven is the target and retreat. Run! Evacuate! Cloud9 are trying to get away as Razork jumps onto Berserker. Fnatic fully commit. The Emperor's Divide cuts off Cloud9's retreat, but Berserker's doing so much damage. He's already taken down Razork. Hilly's low, Humanoid's low, and Jensen's hunting. That's a golden Hillisang. New York, are you not entertained as Jensen finds Hillisang? Humanoid gets one more back, and Jensen looks for the double kill.
Cloud9 with the scramble. Fudge also lives, running up towards the top side, but can he get out? He's not able to get the channel off. Upset is going to close the doors.
Fudge is going to get eaten alive. White, blue stepping forward. Gale Force, flamethrower. Repulsed by some time, but Upset is just hunting. Final shot secured. Upset on a killing spree. 3-0-3, and we are still dead even in gold.
A lot of overconfidence there from Fnatic. After securing the dragon, they think that we can dive into this choke point, but you'll see Blabber getting and acting as a great front line as Fudge secures a really important kill to set up the healing field for Fiora. Keep your eyes on Fudge on the back line here. Dives onto Razork, is able to proc all of those ultimate procs and gets this massive healing field to keep C9 in the fight.
Yeah, the Fiora ultimate was really big there, but the split on the back line, and Jensen, as he's able to get there, Hillisang and Humanoid chunk down. They're able to force him away because Upset chases to the bottom side of the fight, and Cloud9's comp is going to thrive when the chaos starts to break apart that team fight.
When
double TPs, double TPs, one coming from blue buff. Jensen arrives, Humanoid is a little late to the part, no flash available to him. Nature's Grasp will at least root and slow people down. These are zoning ultimates as best as they can. Baron secured by Fnatic. Dredgeline catches onto Razork, and the bullet time flies across Fnatic, but there's not enough damage. They're just too tanky. Fnatic on the hunt once again, but remember, when Cloud9 scatter,
get a kill.
And it's just a matter of zoning here from Fnatic. You can see that C9 at the very end tried to go for a desperate attempt, but Jensen goes in, immediately is forced out. He's just tickling the front line of Fnatic. A good hook lands onto Razork, but it lands onto the front line. There is no access to this back line. Look at the shield sitting on top of Upset as well. Yeah. C9 just feel like they have no options, and Fnatic take advantage.
Engage on the front line. The long range of those, engage ultimates from Fnatic make it so hard for Berserker to ever channel a Misfortune ultimate. If Fnatic don't use Ornn and Maokai and Renata ultimates, then it's very hard to stand and channel there and actually get that DPS.
Now Fudge, he has committed his teleport to the bot side of the map, which gives C9 an avenue into the river. While they might not have control over the mid, at least they can still contest this Drake. The problem is, they still can only come in from one angle, so the question is, how can they access the backline? What can Fudge do as Wonder zones him off that potential flank?
Fudge is trying to find an angle from the right. Sven Coney sitting and Jensen coming in from the left. There is a pin's opportunity, but Cloud9 are down 3,000 gold. This is for Mountain Soul. This could be the final nail in the coffin. Jensen being tagged. Look at the damage on that sapling already. Mountain Drake to 8,000. Fudge can hop over that wall if he wants.
Flank,
Flash
double
available
flank.
to him. Dragon is now being focused, being chunked. The engage is thrown out as Berserker gets a near full channel on the bullet time. Jensen is popped! That's already a double kill coming out of Upset. Turns his attention to Sven, a humanoid. Picks that one up. 2 members of Cloud9 reeling. The Mountain Soul secured. And Fnatic are in command of the opening game of groups.
The flankers tried to shut down Upset, and he just stood his ground as he secured a double kill.
What the hell happened to Jensen, Betty?
Fnatic melted him as they look to melt the base of Cloud9.
They're coming to end it right now with the Mountain Soul Fnatic inside the base.
The Pool 1 seed, the Summer Champions of the LCS in Cloud9 falling in the first game. There's 2 members standing. Berserkers just spawned. 8 seconds for Fudge, but the Nexus turrets are melted. They're shredded. They're destroyed. And Humanoid does one last Emperor's Divide for the show. The Nexus is focused down, and Fnatic turn their attention. They're not done yet. Kill them all as Fnatic win the first game of groups. World 20.
I'm standing by with Wonder after Fnatic gets their first victory at Worlds. First off, congratulations, Wonder. Great job.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the game first and about the draft. Pretty late game oriented. Why the reason for such a comp here versus C9?
Well, it just turned out that way, I guess. First of all, I mean, they drafted a lot of jams with kind of low damage. So I think into our kind of tanky team composition, it was pretty hard for them to play. So I think that's just how the draft turned out.
The Ornn is always very reliable. We did see on the other side that Fudge went for Fiora, definitely sending a signal. What did you think about your lane opponent?
I mean, if an American player picks Fiora, then, I mean, I've played against enough Korean and Chinese top laners to kind of know how to play against the champ. And I don't think Fudge exceeded my expectations.
Okay. I think for you it might have been a while as well that you've been at an international tournament when there's, all the crowd around. Since we are in NA, I know that you have a lot of experience. You've seen a lot, you've done a lot, you've won a lot. But does it ever get less sweet to beat NA in NA?
I mean, to be fair, we had a lot of cheers today. Maybe it's just because the crowd was confused. I know it's very common for NA teams to be filled with Europeans and Koreans. So maybe they were just confused today, they saw our team and thought it was a home team, but yeah, I don't know.
Love that. Love that you're playing with the crowd as well. Let's take a look at the tournament a bit more holistically. Of course, you had a fantastic start in the play-ins. How much of that momentum has carried on into the group stage, and how much recalibration was there, knowing that you're going up against completely different level of teams?
Well, play-ins was kind of our first practice. We didn't really have any scrims, so we just play in games. They were all scrims, and this is our real deal. This is when we show up. So I think, of course, beating Cloud9, I mean, I don't know, going into a tournament like this, you don't really know. Being first seed, being third seed, it doesn't really matter. EG might as well be the best team in the tournament, and we played them in the play-ins, right? So, from NA, not in the tournament, from NA. But yeah, I mean, we could be the best European team, we could be the worst, with such a big break, you don't really know what teams you're gonna get. So, I mean, I'm just excited to play against the other teams in our group, really.
Yeah, talking about the other teams in the group as a final question, of course, T1 and EDG. In terms of best of one and the experience that you have also playing best of ones in Europe, what do you think your chances are getting the wins versus those teams?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, my win rate against T1 is pretty big, pretty high. I don't even think they won a BO5 against me ever, so I'm pretty confident against them. When it comes to EDG, I mean, we usually get shit on by Chinese teams, so I don't actually know. Hopefully it's different this time, but I think we'll do great. This is a first, the good game for us to start with, and we'll just take it from there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Wonder. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. Give it up for Wonder.